Our new details about the shocking charges against an Iranian man for an alleged murder-for-hire plot to assassinate then-candidate Donald Trump. Two others were also charged in a plot to kill an American journalist critical of Tehran. According to the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, the Iranian government directed these actors to, quote, target our citizens, including President-elect Trump, on U.S. soil and abroad. Joining us now, NBC's Ken Dilanian and Frank Figliuzzi, former FBI Assistant Director for Counterintelligence and an MSNBC national security analyst. Ken, good morning. What more do we know about these charges?
Jose, this was an absolutely brazen plot, according to this criminal complaint. It says that an unnamed member of Iran's notorious Revolutionary Guard Corps tasked one of their agents with orchestrating this assassination plot on October 7th and ordered him to carry this out within 10 days. Now, this person who's charged in the complaint was in Iran, but he was working with a network of criminals that he had met while he served in U.S. prison, and he asked these people to participate. They were already surveilling and stalking a Brooklyn journalist who's a dissident who's been the subject of other Iranian plots against her life, and Iran essentially directed them to go after Trump. Now, this person, this Iranian, talked to the FBI and said that he never intended to carry this plot out, but he's nonetheless now charged with murder for hire and other charges, as are these two Americans who are in custody. And remember, Jose, this is the second plot that the Justice Department has rolled out charging Iranians with trying to kill Donald Trump. The first one we reported on in July. This is totally separate. So it's pretty clear that, according to the DOJ, the government of Iran really had Donald Trump in their sights. Interestingly, they also told this man that they thought Trump was going to lose the election, and that if he didn't kill Trump before the election, he would be able to go after him after the election when his security would be less. Obviously, that didn't come to pass, but just amazing charges here, Jose.
Ken Dilanian, thank you very much. Frank, let's just try to figure out what exactly is going on, because it seems to me that this is not a one-off, right? I mean, when you look at some of the details, how one of the men charged spoke to federal agents 5 times since the end of September because he wanted to get a sentence reduction for someone else who's currently in prison. Just wondering, what does all of this tell you?
Well, people need to understand this is not merely an aspirational vision of Iran's leadership to take out Donald Trump. They were prepared to execute on this. They want to get it done, and that's not going to stop moving forward, which is going to make the Secret Service's job extremely difficult. And as Ken said, this isn't just the second attempt on Donald Trump. We need to look at Mazi Ahmadinejad, this very outspoken Iranian dissident here in Brooklyn, who almost got killed. This is the third known attempt of the Iranians to kill her, and it was a near miss. The FBI had to go to a university in Connecticut, Fairfield University, and tell them, look, I know you've got this scheduled speaker, but we think she might be assassinated, and could you postpone the talk? And they did. She was clearly under surveillance, and Iran was willing to pay them over $1 million to kill her. So what do we take from this? First, we still have an FBI who is going to thwart assassination attempts that try to suppress free speech here. We still have an FBI and DOJ that's willing to investigate and prosecute attempts to kill even a political opponent of the current president in the White House. We hope we can keep that, because this was an incredibly great job by law enforcement.
You know, Frank, I mean, and obviously throughout history there have been, foreign involvement in assassinations of leaders throughout the world. Many times the United States has been behind some of that. But in recent times, has there been a more crass, obvious assassination mission against a president or a former president of the United States of America by a country, a regime like Iran?
No, this idea of a state-sponsored, repeated state-sponsored attempts to assassinate a president or incoming president is truly unprecedented, and particularly when you throw in the fact that the IRGC, Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, has the capability to do it. This is not some rogue operation. It means moving forward, we've got a continuing threat against the leadership in the United States, and a continuing threat against free speech if there are Iranian dissidents here who continue to speak out against the regime.